Nation, are you working for your money or is your money working for you? In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of putting your money to work. My name is Carmen.
And I'm Darius. And at the end of the day, it's inevitable that one day we will pass away.
Yeah.
Now, the decisions that we made prior to this is going to make a world of the difference for the next generation to come and how they're able to benefit from all the hard work that we put in while we were living.
So it's important for us to put ourselves in the driver's seat and start controlling our controllables, because we need to make sure that we are in control of our money and what it is doing.
Now, how we came to this realization is that when working in corporate America, I was laid off. So immediately I had an understanding of what it's like to be making a lot of money and then not. Yeah. So what that did is that ingrained into me that I need to have a better understanding of my finances, and I need to have more control over the source of where we get our income, because once that money turned off, it really changed things for us.
Yeah, and I think if anything, the other perspective that we learned was the employees' income was cut off, but the corporation lived on, untouched. So it really made us go, wait a second, how is this? How does this work again? Because we're the ones that put in so much effort, or at least so we thought so. So if anything, we wanted to share with this video for you, again, just to put into perspective of, are you in control of your income? And a lot of people aren't. So with Darius being laid off, like we said, it made us realize, wow, the corporation lives on, the banks live on, the government lives on, but we are still stuck trying to find sources of income.
Now, the first thing that you have to do when you put your money to work, before even putting your money to work, is understand this, that you cannot trade time for money.
Point number one.
Point number one, there's only so much time in a day. Now, I can admit that I was guilty of this when we had special projects, I would work overtime.
Yeah.
And yes, initially that looked great, but when you take a look at your W-2 and you see how much money you paid in taxes, you kind of feel like you did all that working for somebody else and not necessarily to benefit you.
Kind of. Just really, you did.
Right.
Yes, and we're both guilty of it. And we know a lot of people that pride themselves in working overtime, and we're not bashing you. We're just making sure that you understand when you work overtime, you are getting paid, and so is somebody else. So at the end of the day, why not take that time that you're investing in the business and invest it in yourself and start finding other ways to create income as opposed to relying on this one source of income?
Right. So if you work an 8-hour shift and then you decide to do 4 hours of overtime, whenever you're not working overtime, take that 4 hours and invest it in yourself.
Yeah.
That time adds up, and you can become an expert at whatever you decide to research for yourself.
And with that, when you start investing in yourself and creating other sources of income, now you are not limiting your income. Because if you only work overtime, or for a corporation, you only have one source and there's only so many hours in a day. But when you become a business owner, you're able to create unlimited sources of income and multiple streams of income with just 4 hours in the day. So just really start to think about that, and what are you doing with your time? Point number 2 is invest in your financial education. So we want to make sure that you understand consumer debt, interest rates, how your money is being allocated. Because if you decide that you want to invest in a business, or if you want to create multiple streams of income, you have to understand the money game, because you need to be in 2 businesses at once. The first one is your money business, and the second is whatever your specialty is. And we really marry this together because of our experiences in business. How can you create a successful business, or how can you create multiple streams of income if you are not disciplined with your money, if every dollar doesn't have a job? So with point number 2, it's really important that you invest in financial education. And with that, what we mean is books, going to workshops, going to seminars, whatever the case may be, continuing to watch our channel, because we talk about the infinite banking method. And if you want to, click on the link below to check out our masterclass, where we teach you the ins and outs of money and how it works. Because again, it's really important for us that you understand what you're doing with your money, because money affects everything.
Right, and this is something that we had to learn throughout our journey. We had to understand how much money we have to allocate for our business interests, because it's inevitable that something could go wrong that is going to require you to make a large investment of money in order to fix it. For example, if you have a mortgage, there's always something that could potentially go wrong. So you need to be prepared for it so that that doesn't affect the additional income that you're going to be generating from putting your money to work.
Now, with financial education, with this whole video, as we're talking about putting your money to work, it's understanding how to keep your money working. It's about keeping your money working, because you can start one source of income and then totally wreck the ship and then now have to start the process all over again. So again, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep.
And also, when it comes to understanding your finances, you also have to understand business finances also.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to a 9 to 5, we get a W-2. And with that, taxes are taken out in the beginning.
Yeah.
When you have a business, you're responsible for making sure that you pay your taxes on all the income that you had. So it's really important that we understand business finances also, because it's totally different. It's a total different ball of wax than your personal finances.
Point number 3 is figuring out a business or industry that you are interested in. Now, why this is so important is business is hard. We're not going to say that this is easy whatsoever. So it's really important that you find something you're interested in, because if burnout happens, if you get frustrated, you really want to make sure that you're in an industry that you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about it, it's going to be easy for you to quit because you don't have interest in that subject. So invest in a business or industry that you love, that you're passionate about, that you want to educate yourself on. You should enjoy the research that you're doing and not make this feel like it's another job that you just undertook. So really make sure that if you start something, it's within an industry that you have an interest in. I can't stress this enough.
Now, putting your money to work isn't an easy thing to do in the beginning, but it's well worth the outcome that you'll be able to receive. Because again, you can create multiple streams of passive income by putting your money to work, and you can benefit from this while you're on vacation. So when you're able to generate income from a business that you're passionate about, it really changes everything, because it goes from being work to being something that you look forward to doing, something that you would even do for free. And this really goes a long way in how you come across with your business, because you're solving people's problems.
Yeah.
And when you solve people's problems, you're adding value to them. And there's no price tag that you can put on adding value to someone and making their life a lot better than what it was before meeting you or your business.
And think about just how much more fulfilling it is, because you go from putting all this time into overtime to then creating something that you built yourself. So as we recap on the points, the very first one is do not trade your time for money if you want to put your money to work. The second point is that you need to invest in your financial education. And that the third point is start a business or get involved in a business or industry that you have an interest in. This is really going to be a game changer when it comes to putting your money to work, because it's all about controlling your controllables. And when you're able to put yourself in the driver's seat and really see what you can control and how you can control it, this is going to be the game changer, not only for you, but for your family and the other people that you're going to be able to help.
So what we hope we did today is we inspired you to start making some changes in your financial future.
Yeah.
Because who has control of it? You do. And what you want to do is make sure that you own your own lifestyle. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we post new videos. And check out our next video on 4 passive income streams you can make money doing.
Don't forget to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.